The next generation of PC gaming is going to look a little bit different than today. Let's dive into PC gaming. What's up everybody, Brad here, back again, and one of the things I've been doing the past couple weeks is diving into all the different players who are going to impact the next generation of gaming, including Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. You can find all those links down in the description. One of the key elements that I have been leaving off is PC gaming, and I've been getting a lot of requests to kind of dive into that, and now is that time. So let's take a look at the next generation of PC gaming, because unlike the last couple videos that I've done, we can't really talk about IP, network, hardware, software, all that stuff, because PC gaming is infinitely more complex than your traditional console. And here's why. On the store side, you have multiple stores, right? You have the Microsoft Store, you have Origin, you have Epic, you have Steam. So when you look at the IP available on the PC, it's everywhere and it's everything, right? At the same time, it's also horrible. This is going to be the kind of narrative of PC gaming. On one aspect, PC gaming would get A's all across the board. And on the other aspect, it would get F's all across the board, because if you are a novice coming into PC gaming, it is very complex. You got to figure out what store your game is on. Are your friends using a chat application? Do you need to pay a service? Do you even need to pay for the game? What kind of monetization do you have to spend to get to a game? Do you have to buy new hardware? Do you have to buy a new keyboard and mouse? Are you going to be disadvantaged? And so PC gaming is very complex for the novice user. Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, hey, this is so easy. You just open Origin and there's your game. That's great. But if you don't really understand the different aspects of stores, if all you're used to is a browser, diving into PC gaming is a lot harder than it is on a console. But at the same time, you also get a lot more configuration, right? You can go buy a new graphics card, you can go buy a new CPU, you can go do anything you want to give yourself a competitive advantage. But at the same time, if you don't want to spend that money, are you hurting yourself? If you're going up against somebody who's running a 2080 Ti and the fastest CPU, RAM, and all that stuff, and they're running at a higher resolution, a higher refresh rate, and have better peripherals, are you at a disadvantage over somebody who can't afford that equipment? Likely, yes, you are, especially on that refresh rate and the frames per second. That is a true disadvantage. Now, if you have the money and you are okay with that and you understand how to optimize this stuff, it's not a bad thing. But again, this isn't going to change from current generation. This is just kind of how PC gaming is. It's the nitty and gritty. It offers the best experience and at the same time, potentially the worst experience, because it can be expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive, but then you have to be knowledgeable about what to buy, when to buy, and where to buy it to get the best deals and the best performance. The moral of the story is that PC gaming is just far too complex to rate on a single scale, because you could rate things on Steam. Let's just use Steam, for example. Well, you can go get your game there, but then like certain games might be exclusive to, say, the Epic Store or the EA Origin Store. So then you don't get it. So that lowers that price, or that rating, I should say. And then let's talk about chat. Which chat application? Are you using Discord? Are you using Skype? Are you using another application to chat with your friends? It's just, there's so many options. It's such a strength, but it's also such a weakness. Now, the interesting thing that I think is really going to change up the next generation of PC gaming is honestly streaming, because streaming could solve a lot of these problems. Because what you could effectively do is, we'll use Sony or Microsoft. You could just go run xCloud or whatever Sony's going to call their server in a browser, and it alleviates a lot of that pain point of, where did I buy the game? What chat application do I have to use? And how do I connect to my friends? Because it's all just integrated into that service that streams through the browser. So on that aspect, it's going to make PC gaming potentially a lot easier. Now, the downside of that is it could impact performance. We don't fully know how well streaming works. We expect it to work quite well. Google has shown off Stadia a bit. Microsoft has shown off xCloud a little bit. We're still waiting to see what Sony has and what Amazon has up their sleeve. But the ability I think streaming is going to impact most is the PC market. That being said, the PC market is more than likely reluctant to dive into that, because they like the best performance. Let's be candid here. If you're playing on a PC, it's because you demand the highest resolution and the highest specs, because that is what the PC gaming offers. If you're looking for simplicity, you just want to play and you want it to work and you want it to be simple, a console is a much better route. Will streaming impact this? We don't know. The other advantage of using a PC gaming is obviously you're not paying for online services like Xbox Live. You don't have to pay for that, but then you have to configure your own solution and get all your friends on the right service. So when it comes to next gen PC gaming, I honestly don't expect it to change too much from the current gen. The biggest advantage or new thing is going to be streaming, but I honestly don't think streaming is going to steal too many PC gamers, minus the fact that the games people who go on the road who can't connect to their home PC or for whatever reason want to play in a hotel room or something like that. But I think that's pretty ubiquitous across consoles and PC gaming. So if you were going to rate PC gaming, it's an A and an F. There's no other way to do it, unfortunately, because it's so complex, but at the same time, it's so simple. You see what I mean? So PC gaming, I do like PCs, by the way. Somebody's going to come in and say, yeah, you just hate PC gaming. No, I play a lot of RTS games on the PC because they're much better than consoles. The problem is getting new users into the PC world is difficult. And it's not going to get any easier with this fragmentation of stores and fragmentation of chat services. That's where I hope that the streaming stuff is going to help kind of bring that together. But until there's a unified solution on the PC where a novice gamer can just come in, find all their games, make it easy, it's going to have a higher barrier of entry than the traditional console. That is a quick look at the next generation of PC gaming.